right. Welcome to my kind of combo. I'm your ghostess with the mostest, Criss.
I'm your Ghostbuster, Kim.
Sorry, that threw me off. I'm so sorry. I'm your favorite slasher. Whisper. And we are my kind of combo. This is a special episode. It is our Halloween episode.
You did.
Yes. So in light of that, we are gonna do a little bit different today. We're gonna do some one of our favorite shows. So to start off first, for our listeners, those of you that really might know this show, it's nostalgic. It's
Back in the 90s.
back in the 90s, right? Like the 2000s. A lot of us watched this, or a lot of us kind of watched this. It was called Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. So with that show, the premise was they gave you 5 stories. And in those 5 stories, some of them were true and some of them were false. But they didn't tell you which one was which until the end of the episode. So you would have to guess as you were watching, hey, what? No, this one's real. No, that one's real. This one's fake. This one's fake.
Nah, that one gotta be fake.
That one, yeah. So then at the end, they're like, it's a surprise, like which ones were real and which ones weren't.
Mhm.
So we kind of want to take our own spin for this season this year. And we're each going to tell a story. And we are going to guess at the end, after everyone goes, whether it was fact or fiction, or in our case, true or false. We just don't want no copyright issues.
Please no.
We don't want to be like you guys did. So we're gonna do it was true or false, and it will be at the end of this segment.
Okay.
And then we'll go to maybe some maybe spooky stories, or maybe some Halloween facts. Yes. And then we'll round out the episode. So first and foremost, thank you guys for joining us and listening, and this little bonus episode for the week. So we hope you're all enjoying your Halloween, and I can't wait to get into this. So who of my lovely ladies wants to start with this story?
I don't mind starting if Ghostface over here doesn't know.
Go for it.
All right, let's go. So,
This Ghostbuster is about to bust.
I'm busting. No, it's my
That's
favorite.
all I have to say.
Charlotte's coming out. But all right, here we go.
Oh, he's on your head. I didn't see that. Yeah.
Sit down.
Chilling.
All right. I thought we only had one ghost. Halloween is coming up, and it had me thinking about a story from when I was younger, and I guess I sort of forgot about it until recently. For context, this is not my story. For some context, I grew up in a rented house that had farmland, and the owner of the land often came, and he had a home on the property. He considered a sort of vacation house. He liked me and my sister and let us run around the property without issues. Even let us into the barn as long as we didn't mess with anything. We went in and out of the barn from time to time, playing hide and seek and such, until we started hearing weird noises. My sister was fairly young, and I was a jerk older sister that liked to scare her, so I told her there was a ghost. She pretty much refused to go in the barn after that, at least for a few years. To be fair, I did think there was a ghost on the property. Sometimes weird things happened without any explanation, like our dog would bark at nothing. The chickens would get spooked randomly, doors opening and shutting on their own. Especially this one gate with a specific type of latch that most of my friends had a hard time figuring out how to open when they came over. To say the least, it just didn't push open. My mom always called the angels and demons. She's pretty religious, so she refused to call it a ghost. I just called it our ghost. It was harmless, honestly, didn't really mess with us in ways that seemed harmful at all. Sometimes it even thought it was looking out for us. We had cats that ran off from time to time, but somehow always made their way back home. Or when my dad's truck door slammed, making him jump when there was a rattlesnake under his car, basically saving him from getting bitten. Mm. Even this one time, the fridge door opened when I was home alone, making me look out the window next to it, seeing an accident on the road near our house. This story isn't about that ghost, though. This is about the one I didn't know about until we did something dumb. One week, my cousins were visiting. They liked our property, and I was really into the whole ghost hunting thing. So I told them our barn was haunted. Being the kids we were, my sister, my cousins, and me, we all decided to take ghost hunting trips to the barn at night. We snuck out of the house with some flashlights, my Polaroid, and my old phone, and headed to the barn. My cousins were rambunctious, to say the least. Both grew up in a household with few rules and kind of got away with a lot. So when I told them not to touch anything in the barn, they didn't listen. As soon as we got inside, they were jumping on the hay, messing around on the old tractor. I tried my best to get them to stop, but they didn't listen, so I gave up fairly quickly. This is an older barn, but it had a second level too, so there used to be stored, now big empty space. So we headed up there and we sat everyone down. I decided to attempt to talk to the ghost. See?
Oh, Stay Puft was like, dude.
I figured it would be our harmless ghost that would maybe shut a door or something, but that didn't happen. Nothing happened. I tried the whole, if there's anyone there besides us, let yourself be known. And there was nothing. The thing I didn't realize until later is that actually nothing, no noise from the road near or the normal animal chatter. It was dead silent. I decided it was a bust and we would go back to the house and go to sleep. My sister was still in grade school and was looking pretty tired, so I started pushing everyone out down the stairs, being the last one to leave the upper floor. That's when I felt a chill go up my spine. I had a really uneasy feeling of being watched. Mm-hmm. So I turned around, flashing my light into the darkness, not seeing anything. I decided to snap a photo with my Polaroid because I thought the dark room being illuminated by my flashlight looked kind of creepy and cool. I was in middle school and wanted to show off. I went into a scary place at night. Silly, I know. I walked down the stairs behind everyone, shaking the photo as if it would develop. One of my cousins was at the bottom of the stairs, stopped with everyone talking about a bug she spotted on the wall or something. I looked at the photo and stopped in my tracks. I honestly wasn't sure it would develop at all, but it did. I saw a shadow in the corner that I hadn't seen when I looked, like 2 feet poking out in the darkness. Oh. I snapped out of it and told everyone to be quiet and started pushing them out of the barn. They were asking me what was wrong, and I told them to shut up. We all heard of the sounds of footsteps above us. It sounded like boots hitting the winning floor. Honestly, I think we were all too scared to move for a moment. That was until they got faster and closer to the stairs. I shoved my cousins and picked up my sister and bolted out of the barn. I slammed the door, locking it. I heard a loud thunk and the door shook hard, like someone was trying to push against it to shove it open. We all ran. My sister went bawling her eyes out to my dad, waking both of my parents. My mom was upset, but my dad saw how shaken up we all were, and he shut my mom down and sent us off to bed. We were banned from going into the barn anymore because my mom thought we played a trick to scare my little sister. Even she tried to tell them it wasn't a trick, but my mom wasn't having it. In all honesty, I never wanted to go back in that barn. Whatever was in there didn't like guests touching its stuff. And it was clear now we were no longer welcome. Honestly, I have no idea that I encouraged, but I know now that it's something else in that farm and it's evil. I don't know why, but I just had this feeling if I ever stepped foot in there again, I would end up hurt or worse. I took my senior photos outside of that barn, and even that felt like it was being too close.
Ooh. Ooh. That was a good one.
So, ladies, let's think about that. Is that fact or fiction? You'll know at the end of this segment.
Okay. Questions. The main one was, how big was that barn?
Well, it's two floors. Two floors.
Like, it was a massive barn. All right. Miss Ghostface, or you tell me you want to go, you want me to go? It's up to you.
Let's do this.
All right.
All right. Do you want me to take the mask?
It's all solely up to you.
I feel like you can. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot that I had headphones in. Let me take this. Sorry.
No.
You are.
All right. Time for my scary fact or fiction story.
Mm-hmm.
In the small town of Maplewood, a series of mysterious disappearances had gripped the community. It began in the summer of 1985, when a local teenager named Sarah vanished without a trace. Her friends claimed she had been drawn to the abandoned Millbury House, an old decaying structure at the edge of town rumored to be haunted. Weeks passed, and the search for Sarah had grown desperate, but it was as if she had simply vanished into thin air. The townsfolk whispered of a dark presence in the Millbury House, a spirit that lured young people into its clutches. Still, curiosity got the better of the brave, or foolish among them. On the night of the autumn equinox, three friends, Mark, Lisa, and Jake, decided to investigate the house. Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they crept through the overgrown yard, the moon casting eerie shadows on the ground. As they stepped inside, the air turned cold, and an unsettling silence enveloped them. The floorboards creaked underfoot, and a faint whisper echoed through the hall. It seemed to call them, sending chills down their spines. Lisa, feeling a sudden urge to follow the voice, wandered deeper into the house, her friends hesitating behind her. Hours later, Mark and Jake found themselves alone, panic rising as they searched for Lisa. They called out her name, but only silence responded. Just when they were about to give up hope, they heard it again. A soft plea. But this time, it was accompanied by a low, sinister laugh. In a frenzy, they sprinted toward the source of the sound, only to find Lisa standing in a dimly lit room, her eyes wide and vacant. I found her, she murmured, pointing into the shadowy figure in the corner. The figure, indistinct, shuttered in darkness, seemed to beckon them closer. Mark grabbed Jake's hand, and they fled the house, pulling Lisa along with them. As they stumbled into the moonlight, they looked back to see the figure standing at the window, watching them with hollow eyes. Days turned into weeks, and the trio returned to their lives. The experience forever haunted them. Lisa became withdrawn, her laughter replaced by silence. Then one night, she disappeared, just like Sarah. The townsfolk mourned yet another lost soul, but a few whispered that the Mulberry House was still hungry, and as autumn leaves begin to fall, it awaited the next curious soul to enter its darkened reign.
Ooh.
Wow.
Woo! All right.
I write it down.
All right.
Mulberry House is a no.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, my turn. Mine is a little more catered to a relationship. So
So
so we're gonna see how this goes. All right. So, Harry and Sally,
Ugh.
their love for each other was without equal, but they had a big problem. They loved each other immensely. They had been married for 7 years. But through this whole love and the love that they showed for each other, they were still unable to consummate the reunion.
So,
And it's not like they didn't try. They did. Many times. Hundreds of times. They would do their best to relax and calm each other. But all in all, they couldn't get as far as they wanted to. It would always end the same way. Both of them on the verge and then passing. The intensity of their feeling really frightened them because they loved each other so much, but they couldn't go through with it. They would always pull back and hold off for another day. Then one day, Harry came home from work, determined to seal this deal with his sweet Sally. After a bottle of good wine, they were ready to give it another shot.
right.
This time, there was no holding back.
Okay.
Locked together as one, they were heading to the promised land. Sadly, it was a case of too much, too soon. The young couple locked eyes, and then they passed out, dead, in each other's arms from heart attacks.
Oh my.
It might have been their special love that had only a one-way door to ecstasy. But for Harry and Sally, they hit the bullseye, the big O, and died. Never to return from this orgasmic bliss. Tragic? Maybe. Love? Of course. So what do you think?
That's fucking hot.
Do you think that this tragic love of the being together for this long was fact or fiction?
Okay.
It was short, but
It was good though. It was good.
So,
when Harry met Sally, I'm sorry.
so now we've all told our stories.
Mhm.
Now we want to guess for each one.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start with our Miss Ghostbuster here.
Since I did speak about ghosts, do you guys think that the one of this was not our only ghost was fact or fiction?
I think it's fact. I feel like it's fact.
Okay.
I feel like there are shadow ghosts and they do like, especially I feel like they awoke something that if they had just left it alone, they would have kept the good Casper ghost happening.
Right.
But I feel like they went past his cousins and went to the deep other side.
The uncle.
Right. And they woke up the like serious angry uncle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say crisscross.
As much as I want to say fact, I'm going to say I think it's fiction.
Oh.
And the reason I'm going to say it's fiction is why wouldn't a poltergeist follow after? Because you already captured the picture.
Right.
So you know it exists.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that. I'm going to say fiction.
All right.
Let's say fiction.
I like it. Well, the story was actually fact.
Oh, okay.
It is a fact. It is not my story, but there is video evidence of this story online. So
Okay.
The evidence can stay on there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
I
want to see
can
it.
tell you personally, I did not look up the video.
Okay.
I didn't need to know anymore.
Very good.
As per our communities, this is a factual story.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
All right, our Miss Ghost.
So I'm gonna say for our little splasher over here, I'm gonna say fiction.
Okay.
I feel like yes, it could have happened, but I feel like I have that little inkling of fiction.
Okay.
That's
I think I'm gonna go fiction as well. I think the storytelling on it was really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you did spin just a little bit. But for some reason, I felt like it was a story. It came off like one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go down that road.
Okay, so are you guys ready?
Yeah.
It is a fact.
Wow. Okay.
And yes, if these are true events. The names, of course, are not of the deceased or children that this happened to.
Yeah.
And this is not the only time. Some of these disappearances go as relatively as relatively recent as I believe the last I saw was like 2017.
Wow, that's not even like that far away.
Right, yeah.
Wow, that's
and a lot of these children that went disappearing were teenage girls.
Oh no. All right, well,
No,
you got us.
And they actually did begin in 1985.
What?
You sound so unimpressed. I'm not sure.
No, I'm just kind of like, I think that's just too. That's definitely in our generation.
Yeah,
that's in our.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it happened in Massachusetts.
What happened in the house?
Dang, man. I need to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're on to me.
When Harry met Sally, and
Very
their love was too much.
I'm gonna say it was a fact. I feel like that's one of those like rare cases.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it is a fact that it just happened. You know, we love each other just so much that we died.
Yeah. Well, to tell you guys, it was a fact.
Ooh, look at us pulling out the factual stories.
Yes, I changed the names, of course. This was actually a story I heard way long time ago. And I was always surprised because I'm not going to say, but like and I think it stuck with me because it happened literally on the day I was born.
I think I remember where we heard this story before. I think that's why it's
stuck with me because it happened literally the day I was born and the same day and year. So I was like, I was coming in, they were going out.
Y'all passed each other.
Right.
Wow.
So that story stuck with me, and I did my little more research on it, and I was like, oh, wow. So it turns out to be a fact. I changed the names to protect the people. May they rest in eternal bliss.
Eternal bliss.
Literally.
A lot of people would like to go out that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's euphoric. It's blissful.
And it's like yes. And
no, because that's not how I want to go out.
Yeah.
I don't want to be naked.
You're like, I came in my birthday suit. I don't want to go out in my birthday
because
suit.
How embarrassing. They take your body off of this other person who was clearly inside you. Like,
right. How they found, I'm not.
And who's finding you? Because I'm embarrassed to think. I'm embarrassed to think.
You know what?
Yeah, so I was just like, but I'm with you guys, the sentiment of it. But I also felt
I would not like to go out like that. Like, you should have had your heart checked beforehand. Like, we should have gone to the doctor.
Yes.
To make sure we could have done this. I am so for people enjoying themselves in that aspect. But dang.
Yeah, that was my sentiment. I'm like, maybe the wine get checked.
The wine
just
to the edge.
escalated it even more. I'm with you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Well, okay, that was our own true or false stories and our homage to Beyond Belief. If you guys, not that we are sponsored at all, but if you are ever interested or don't know the show or want to take a gander back at some of those old episodes, they are on Prime. We've been watching them over the course of this Halloween season and getting in, nostalgia from it. So definitely they have some very interesting episodes on there that you might not think are real. Check it out. Beyond
Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So now we are moving on to some different little Halloween things. I don't know if we have any more stories or anything, but I know there's some facts that we definitely want to mention.
I do. I have a couple of facts that I'd like to mention about on Halloween, All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
So I'll do a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So Halloween, a nice thing is Harry Houdini passed away on Halloween in 1926.
Really?
Yes. He died from a ruptured appendix on Halloween Day in 1926.
I think everyone thinks that it's like an act.
It was an act.
I think we all think that he died from I think it was the box.
Yeah.
Box. I think it's the most memorable one or something.
The lock box.
Yeah.
It was sudden. It was very sudden appendicitis. Was brought on by a series of blows to the stomach just days before.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a magic trick. He had somebody punch in his stomach a couple hundred times. Didn't think nothing of it.
Couple hundred times.
Harry Houdini was a man. Okay,
he was, but damn,
it was hurt. It hurt a lot.
It's not a trick anymore.
It's not a trick. A few days later, his appendix ruptured. That was it. Done deal. On Halloween. So everybody, when you go to these shows and they're talking about Harry Houdini and Halloween, this is the reason why.
Oh, because they know. They're paying him
They're paying the homage to Harry Houdini because he did pass away on Halloween.
That's wild.
That's why a lot of people seance, Harry Houdini, Halloween. That's the reason.
That's why.
That's the reason. Another one, in the 1940s, in the U.S., trick-or-treating was banned due to sugar rations.
Oh yeah,
sugar.
I would have thought it would have been after, what it is. It's actually, I don't even know why I'm acting with it. I'm I thought it would have been after the Depression, and I'm sitting here going,
it was. It was World War II. World War II.
I'm sitting here like a dead
Yeah, it was the 1940s. It was during World War II. People were forced to ration a lot of food, and sugar being one of them. So trick-or-treating was banned to avoid the mass amounts of candy and treats that were made of sugar.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Another interesting one that I saw was it's illegal to use silly string on Halloween in Hollywood.
Wow.
It's just illegal. Doesn't tell me any more information about it. I was this is very interesting. I do need to research this a little bit more. I think it's funny.
Okay.
But if you are caught using a can of silly string, you could be fined up to $1,000 and 6 months of jail time for using silly string.
6 months.
Challenge accepted.
No.
No. We have people who are doing. Well, that's less than what other people are doing. Why 6 Why 6 months? 6 months is too long. 6 days, maybe a day. Scare them straight or something. But 6 months for a can of spray? Come on. Oh,
for a can of silly string.
California, get it together.
All right,
please.
Women used to believe that the trait of bobbing for apples could help them dream of their future spouse.
Bobbing for apples?
After bobbing for apples, women would sleep with the apple they bit under their pillow and wait for their future spouse to come to them in their dreams.
No.
No. That's great.
I think so. First off, no, I'm not bobbing.
And I'm not about to wake up to ants.
The amount of spit in that container.
This is why it's not done anymore.
I'm sorry, and I know the pandemic washed a lot of things away. Well, let me explain something. I was already done with that before the pandemic, okay? Right. Because I'm sorry, I would watch people dunking their whole face trying to bob for this apple, and then come up, and then somebody else go after. I'm like, y'all gotta be tripping. Yeah, it's okay. And then some of them have bites in the apples because they're trying to catch them. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all thought this was regular.
Sorry.
This was new to you? No, it's just thinking about it. Like, it was just such a normal thing. Yes. Nobody thought about it. Y'all really trusted everybody.
Right. You had a lot of trust and faith in other people's spit and mouths and where that mouth has been. I'm sorry, but no. If y'all still bobbing for apples in 2024, get it together. I should have said that one. Get it together. You know what they do? They do the one with the string on the apple.
Yeah.
Do the string on the apples. But let me explain something. You put a bite mark on it, that's it. The apple's done. Put a new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's yours.
That's yours. That's your apple. You want it. You stick with that apple. You don't go move into other apples. You stick with that.
That's right, Daddy. That's right.
You stick with the apple, you stick with that apple.
That's right.
That's right. Sorry. Saying.
It was the...
That's yours.
Stick with that's your apple.
You're regulating that game.
Don't you dare go to that other apple. You stick it with that. You don't want it no more. Fine.
We don't cut it down.
Snatch that apple. Put a new apple up there.
You have this for lunch tomorrow.
Right. Put me. All right. Okay.
3 more.
Okay, great.
After the release of Scream, the original in 1996, the sale of caller IDs tripled.
Hell yeah.
I want to know who's calling.
After the beloved horror franchise started, initiated a rush of caller ID purchases after its release.
Period.
The iconic horror villain, known for calling his victims and quizzing them in horrors. What's your favorite scary movie?
Timmy, stop it. You got me with the apple now. You trying to call me? I see your name on the caller ID.
Stop it before I become your stepmother.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Right. You put that apple under my pillow. Next thing you know,
it's your daddy.
Right.
I am done with y'all. I'm gonna see your daddy in my dreams, Timmy. Don't start with me.
Exactly. Play too much.
Count Von Count on Sesame Street teaches children how to count based on an old vampire superstition. It is believed that vampires would be compelled to stop and count spilled grains and seeds or the holes in a fishing net. Some people would spill seeds outside of their door to prevent vampires from entering in the night.
I think I saw that on Supernatural, but I can't remember. Yes. Was it a vampire, right?
Yes, it was.
So in one of the episodes, he throws grains of rice and stops the.
It's like, come on.
He's like, he gets down. He's like 1, 2. I was just like, what is it?
It's an old superstition.
I wonder who came up with that because he's always like oven.
Yeah, right.
How many grains of rice he's eating every day?
The anger they gotta have.
He's so happy about it.
Yeah, super. He's just a little too happy.
But like counting this rice, these grains.
Yeah.
All right, last one for me. The hit Halloween song, The Monster Mash, was banned in the UK for 11 years.
Right.
It was released at the top of the billboards for 14 weeks, but the BBC thought it was far too morbid to play over the radio waves in the UK, so they banned it. The ban was reversed in 1973 and topped the charts once again.
As it should.
What's morbid about it? I guess I have to re-listen to it.
I feel like I do too.
I just listened to that song the other day. Yeah.
We did the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. We did the mash. They caught on with a flash. We did the mash.
We did the Monster Mash.
Wow.
Sorry if there's any bad singing. Right. He did the Monster.
You in the
It was a
video.
good smoke. The cotton, the flower.
He did not much.
He did the moments, the march.
I was working.
We're doing the most. All right.
But yeah, those are my
Little fun facts.
Fun
Thank you.
facts.
How did we move on? I don't have many, but there's one that says there's a reason black and orange are the colors most associated with Halloween. In the Library of Congress reports that the colors of black and orange trace back to the Celtic festival. I hope I don't say this, but Samhain. Celtic festival marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the winter, or the darker half of the year. Thus, black represents death of summer, while orange represents the life of the fall harvest.
Oh,
So it's actually nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Now they added purple and green, so I would like to know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Hocus Pocus did the change right
Yeah,
there.
it probably did. But a fun fact about Hocus Pocus, which because I love this movie. It was actually a bedtime story. That's how it started.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I believe it.
It was a bedtime story, and it evolved into this because that's how you would get kids to go to bed on time, or else the Sandwich sisters would come and get you.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I actually like that.
Yeah, it was a bedtime story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell my kids they were TLC.
Yeah.
I am
Right.
done.
For Halloween. Yep.
For Halloween.
Halloween.
Every
Yeah.
Halloween, the new TLC's coming in.
Right.
Every year.
I'm done.
It's only for this time. Of the season,
Right.
though. That's it.
And they gonna get you.
They go.
Not with the waterfalls, right?
I'm done with the waterfalls. Can you imagine? It's for the tears of the children. Sorry. All right. So, Halloween actually dates back more than 2,000 years.
Yes.
Halloween is even older than Christianity itself. It started as a pre-Christian Celtic festival, of course, Samhain, which was the end of summer. So it's held at the beginning of November. The feast was recognized the last day of the fall harvest and spirits crossing over, since they believed the veil between the living and the spirit would grow thinnest at this time. So people in Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France used to ward off ghosts by lighting sacrificial bonfires. And you guessed it, wearing costumes to trick the spirits. So this holiday is older than our religion. Christianity. So yeah.
Very, very, it's very Celtic pagan, Norse.
Yes, Norse. Every 19 years there's a full moon on Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing quite adds to the energy of the great Halloween night than a dark sky and a full moon shining among it. But since they are so rare, you're only likely to see one every 19 years. Oh, well. If anything, that makes one Halloween night is even more special. So, full moon. If you see a full moon, be prepared to see it.
The Great Pumpkin.
Don't even play with me, because for the longest time, I really believed in the Great Pumpkin.
Yo, he
come
just like
on.
Santa.
I mean,
I would cry if my mom didn't bring me to the pumpkin patch.
A pumpkin. We gotta wait for the Great Pumpkin to rise up.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't give you wrong. Like, come on. Charlie Brown was like the most that they showed in school, right? Around Halloween. Because, it's
so wholesome.
It was wholesome. It wasn't. It
rock.
had to be G or PG, so they're not going to show you anything wild. So of course we're running around thinking there's a great pumpkin outside somewhere.
Right.
If there's Santa Claus, then there's
the Great Pumpkin.
Yep.
Absolutely. Just to grow up and find out that was just for Charlie Brown's universe.
Yeah.
It's just
Poor Linus. Sleep in the pumpkin patch. It's freezing.
All the time.
Hey, yeah. You're gonna wait till next year. He said, I'm gonna teach y'all the Great Pumpkin coming.
I always wanted to know. I was just like, whoever those parents were that definitely did not like his costume.
No, for real.
I thought they were foul for giving him rocks.
Mind you, Pigpen rolled up dirty.
Nasty. Child needed a whole shower.
All
dirty.
the time.
A full shower. Like, I always felt like, can somebody wash this child
Just throw him in the river.
Something.
Sorry, don't drown him, but wash him.
My mom used to tell my little brother, you see them swirls on top of his head? That's you. Go take a shower.
Oh my goodness.
I'm done. All right, so just one more. Before there was candy corn, there was chicken feed.
Oh.
The quintessential Halloween treat that was once known as a different type of farm food. When George Ringer invented the tricolored candy in the 1800s, he marketed it as chicken feed before it was quickly renamed candy corn following World War One. This is probably going to be it is probably going to be my downfall.
Yes.
I thought you were saying chicken feet.
Oh, I did at first too. I did.
I don't like candy corn. I think it's disgusting.
Okay. Both of y'all could go somewhere. All right. You know what? The thing is, candy corn, I'm very selective about my candy corn. I do not like the little pumpkins. I don't like the extra things. It has to be exact candy corn, and it can only be the Brax candy corn, okay? It cannot be Charlie's candy corn, because I don't know who Charlie is and where he gets his candy corn.
I'm so done.
But I gotta pay my $2 for the one bag of candy corn, and that's how I'm gonna live with that.
It
is the beautiful waxness of this candy corn is delicious. And I eat like 3 or 4, and I'm happy.
Mind you, she doesn't like any version, but it's just the Brax version,
just Brax,
and just the regular schmegular. Don't get
the
color
pumpkin, don't get the color ones.
There's
don't
like a brown, orange, and white, I think, or something.
What is that?
She can't. But my partner, he'll get the mix where they got the little pumpkins, in different colors.
Yes,
I've seen them, but I do not like any of them. I think it's disgusting. I do not like candy corn. And yes, people, if you put the candy corn in a circle, it looks
supposedly it looks like a corn husk. I don't know.
Corn husk.
I ain't got time for that.
Corn, like real kernels from a corn.
I don't got time for that. I want to eat it.
She said, "Don't play about my candy."
She really goes.
This is the one time a year because you know why? It's everywhere this time of year. But when you're looking for it throughout the year, it's nowhere to be found.
It shouldn't be. As it shouldn't be. It is disgusting.
It's like Peeps. I'm not a
Peeps person either. Though.
No.
For Easter, I'm not a Peeps.
I don't like Peeps at all.
Yeah.
No matter what season.
I used to fuck them up as a kid, and then I got old, and I was like, yuck.
No. I'm a marshmallow chick. I love s'mores. I'm a s'mores girl.
Yes.
But I do not like Peeps. There's something about the texture, something about the taste. I taste it. I bit into one, I spit it right back out. I said, nope. And they've come out with so many different kinds, so many different flavors, and none of them can catch
I think you even, because you're a cotton candy person, and you've tried the cotton candy.
I love cotton candy flavored stuff. And cotton candy, clearly. But, no, do not mess with me and my spirit with this nastiness. It sucks.
She's about spirit.
Yes, no. So yeah, that's our fun facts. I don't know if you had any idea.
I did not select fun facts. I left that to you, lovelies.
Oh,
but I would like to talk about.
Are we getting accents now? Go ahead. I'm ready.
I would like to talk about a TikTok page that has given me and other TikTokers a scare and a run for our money.
Okay.
So, I have sent you guys in our chat a specific video amongst many other videos that you will find on this page. This is from the account called Nutter Butter Official.
Okay.
That bitch is scary.
That page is very scary.
The bitch is scary.
None of these videos make any sense. It's so abstract. It's almost like weird core.
I'm not even clicking it.
Right. It just.
I'm just looking at the little snippet that I see.
And so I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
So why you send it to me?
Because I need you guys to see what I see to understand the fear that I have. And this is what I do.
I feel like it's like one of those, which I've seen some other warped videos where they're like, they make absolutely no sense, but you feel like something is happening while you're watching it.
Right, like I feel like it's canceling something in my brain out.
Yes. I saw 2 seconds. I said no.
Right.
I don't like it.
And like they just put up a Halloween one where they're doing the twins from The Shining. And all I saw was the thumbnail for it. And I was like, Fuck no. Because you're not about to ruin Halloween for me.
No.
And I am already allergic to peanuts.
Right.
Like, stop it.
Right. Right.
Because I saw it on my feed. Like, someone was talking about it. And I was like, no way. Like, it's probably just like, a fake page or whatever. No, it's legitimate.
So I don't understand TikTok. Like, they'll keep something like that up and going, but they'll quickly like eliminate some other stuff.
Let me explain something. Me and TikTok was fighting.
Oh boy, that's not where I meant to go with this.
But real quick, we just go on sidewise.
Just real quick.
So this New York Comic Convention was just a few weeks ago. Not, nothing crazy. A week and a half. So, just whatever. But I, being, content creator for this channel, decided to, take pictures and showcase things. Why am my video not going to be on the For You page? Because it's not original enough. But I took the pictures. I added the video. I added the song, everything. So then by the time it gets unbanned from the For You page, no one's watching it.
Yeah. You were going hard on it.
Because I took it down, put it back, took it down, re-edited the video, everything. And it still would not go on the For You page.
Yeah.
So now that it's able to go on the For You page, Comic-Con is done.
Yeah, so it's kind of like late.
It's real late.
It feels late. It feels like, dang, I'm behind.
I am. And the thing is, I was so working on that video, I didn't do my last video. And I was just like, I'm very upset. But that video is coming out soon with all pictures and content that I did for that weekend. Yeah. So look out for that.
That's her side note. But going back to Crisscross, I feel like it's like one of those videos that's going to have like a weird, either it's canceling something while you're watching, or it's giving you a subliminal like message, like as you're watching it, that it's saying something as an undertone. You know, like how they do a lot of movies where as you're watching, there's an underlining message that you're not consciously hearing or seeing, but it's being given to you. It feels like it's probably going to be one of those kind of videos that I really don't feel the urge to watch. Because that's just wild. Yeah, no, I'm good. But TikTok will keep that crap up. Excuse me.
I don't like it.
That's
weird. I don't like it.
That's wild. Oof,
instead of going to that TikTok, just watch something scary. The podcast. I love something scary.
Yes.
It's so wholesome and cute.
I mean, it's the season for
it's
it.
cute. It's great. Definitely do that. But you know what did come back as a podcast, which I don't think you know of? Neither you. Are You Afraid of the Dark Season 2?
Oh, really?
Yes. It just came out. It just popped up on my feed. Are You Afraid of the Dark Season 2 as the podcast? If you didn't listen to season 1, so good.
Yeah, I just listened to it. It was actually pretty good. Little stories.
Cute.
One of the guys he was in It. He played Ben, and he actually is voicing one of the storytellers in the Are You Afraid of the Dark podcast. So I think he did the first season. I don't know if he's doing the second season, but he's been definitely on that.
He's been getting out there.
That'll be pretty fun. I know we don't have any recommendations today because it's just a special, but I think just for the sake of spooky season, and I know by the time this comes out, it'll be the day of Halloween. That you guys watched scary movies. That's the only thing.
I do have 2 more things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. So I know we don't have recommendations, but I'll just make a quick one. If you guys have not seen this movie, you should see it. It is called, forgive me because I just had it up. It is called Curse of the Sin Eater.
Oh.
Okay. And just a quick briefing.
Yeah.
Imagine that you're doing a job for someone and this person is filthy rich and gives you an ultimatum. Either you continue your hardworking life, or on their deathbed, on the day they died, you eat a whole meal off this person and you gain all of their money. But not just their money, every dark secret that comes from them and they before. It is fairly a good movie.
I believe it's a good movie. But if that option was given to me, it's a dub.
That part.
I'm gonna keep working. Because I'm like, why you gotta be weird at your deathbed?
Right.
Why can't you just give it to me now? Why can't you eat a meal with me while you're alive?
Right.
Why can't you talk to me? Like, why you gotta go through all of this?
It's like the
why you
gotta
gotta
do House of Usher. Come on,
man.
That part.
They're doing the most.
Right. Not too much.
So, there, and then this last, I guess this is a fact, because I could say it's a Halloween fact, or it's just a scary fact. There was a band, way back when, that is called, the Famous Grims.
Right.
There was a specific song, excuse me, Our Angels, that this song, for whatever reason, and it's true, listeners across the globe heard this song and reported the need to shave their heads after listening. And multiple listeners did this.
Wow.
With no context.
No
context.
No.
None.
Oh, but then I'm gonna listen to it to do that to myself.
But I don't think they realized it when they were consciously listening to it.
Gosh.
Something in it.
Yeah.
See, another thing.
And that was the, going back to what you were saying. It's something underlying that just.
Yeah, that's wow.
It is. It is.
You know, especially women were like really real, and then all.
Oh my gosh! They just
realize what they're doing, and they're like.
I'm sorry, G.I. Jane in it, but still.
That was me the day I shaved half my head.
I would be this. I don't know. Wow. Well, that was our spooky season. Like we said, there's we have no recommendations for today, except for enjoy your Halloween.
Be safe out there.
Yes.
Don't bully.
And if you aren't going out, or you haven't gone out, or you're just spending it in, enjoy a good Halloween movie. I mean, we just watched Trap, which was
it good?
It was good. It was good-ish. Right. It was good-ish.
And Night Shyamalan.
Yes. So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But I thought for what it was, we will discuss it more after Halloween. I do want to have a further discussion about it. But watch that. Watch some oldies and some newies, and enjoy your holiday, your spooky season. So as you guys know, this has been my kind of convo.